Hello friends, hi, this is Ganesh Nayak. The 2023 CFA Institute Certificate in ESG Investing is going to be vital for a lot of employees, a lot of professionals who are looking at the surging demand for responsible investing. With 90% of investment professionals seeing that the investing is now going to be more focused on ESG. That reflects the industry shift. And this credential helps you to focus on that $100 trillion market in asset, which is going to be focused on environmental, social, and governance factor. The ESG expertise is now the career's cornerstone and the rising commitment to ethical and sustainable practices. Hence, every professional should definitely focus on that. Since 2018, look at this graph. The industry that follows ESG requirement has been on the rise in Europe and now are booming in India too. A lot of retail investors are also going to move towards the preference of ESG strategy and the business opportunity. Look at this graph. It seems like more and more retail investors across different age groups are leaning towards the ESG strategies, which focuses on environmental, social, and the governance factor. Now, what is interesting over here is that while the younger generation has been pretty consistent in their interest, it looks like that both millennials and boomers increasingly are embracing the ESG strategy. It is fascinating to see this shift happening across the board, especially showing the importance of the ESG in every age group. It is not just about the age group, even professionals are seeing a shift in the demand for the ESG expertise. Out of whooping 10 lakh professionals ranging from CFA to investment bankers, only a tiny 0.7% are actually skilled in sustainability. Take the role of portfolio manager, for instance. Within a year, there is a whooping 32% increase in the need for the ESG expertise for this role. Now, this trend isn't limited to one job, it is across the board. Chief investment officers are looking at a growth of around 18% increase, financial advisor at 32%, analyst 34%, even CEOs at 12%. That's what the significant gap lies and how the demand for ESG is growing. Now, let us go into the certification which can help you to build that profile and bridge that gap. That is CFA Institute's ESG Investing Certificate. So what exactly is this certificate? This certificate is designed for investment practitioners who want to learn more about how to analyze and integrate materials related to ESG factors like environment, social, and governance into their day-to-day roles. What exactly is the overall syllabus of this exam? Now, when you look at the certification, the CFA ESG Investing Certification, it is split into different sections. Let us go into the details. The first section that you see in the exam is the overview of the ESG investing and the ESG market. The overall section dominates with 88 to 15% of the exam questions. The second section is the environmental factor, which also dominates with around 8 to 15% of the exam, focusing on how environment is going to impact the way investing is going to happen in the future. The third module is the social factor. Again, a similar weightage, which around 8 to 15%, covering the social aspect, how it is going to impact the investment decision. And then you have the one more module focusing on governance factor, another 18 to 15% being allocated towards the governance related factors which are impacting investing and the investors' demand. The next part is engagement and stewardship. This section focuses more on active involvement and responsibility taken by the company, which makes to around 5 to 10% of the exam. The ESG analysis, valuation, and integration, the next module, it focuses roughly around 20 to 30% of the exam, which focuses on the analysis, valuation, and integration of the ESG factors in investment. And then finally, you also have ESG integrated portfolio construction and management, around 10 to 20% of the exam, focusing on how to manage the portfolios, how to integrate ESG principles into your day-to-day investing activity. Further, you also have one more section talking about investment management, portfolio analytics, and client reporting, which roughly covers around 5 to 10% of the overall curriculum. So this is what the overall syllabus looks like. Now let us go towards the type of questions that you see in the actual exam. Materials to prepare for the exam. To prepare for the exam, the most recommended material is obviously the CFA Institute book. Currently, the certification is not very popular, so you will not find a lot of other materials being easily available. So I would suggest you focus more only on the Institute book for this exam. What is the overall fees of the exam? Now, fees is roughly around $797 US. Once you registered and you've paid the payment to the exam, you'll be able to schedule your exam through the CFA exam site. If you need to reschedule, there is an option, but within 72 hours of the exam, it is not allowed. And there is a non-refundable fees of around $30 USD plus taxes that you'll have to pay for rescheduling. The next question that is always there in the mind of any student who's going to prepare for the exam: how to clear this exam? The first thing that you should focus on is practice real life scenarios. Make an ethical cheat sheet skim smartly to the material, make markings, deep dive on different types of concepts which are there in the material, focus on concepts related to environmental, social and governance in detail, talking about how we can look at the overall complex concept, look at the examples which can help you to understand it. So finally, I'm going to talk about, is CFA ESG certification actually really worth it? So when you look at the overall certification, the fees, the questions that they're asking, okay, right now for ESG, this certification is a hot shot, making you the top pick if you've cleared the certification into the sustainable investing space, and especially into the ESG domain, which is growing. And also from the career perspective, it opens up door to a lot of job opportunities into the investment management space and the ESG related areas, where clienteles are explicitly looking at people who have been an expert into the ESG domain. Next, and very, very important part which this certification can build you is the skill set and networking. Once you are a part of the certification, you've cleared the certification, you get an opportunity to network across the worldwide with finance folks who care about ESG and who are working in that domain. So it opens up opportunity for networking and also enhances your skill as a professional. So this was the overall overview of the CFA ESG investing. Do like this video and subscribe to my channel for more such amazing content.